Good girl. Well, guys, that took all of 1 minute of walking, and we got the first bird of the morning. These little scrubby jack pines. I just parked the truck here. Right there. Dog got hot on scent, and that bird flushed up high off the side of this trail. And I thought I missed it, so I didn't even get the camera or anything up. And sure enough, all of a sudden, the dog had the bird. So lucked out. If you can't tell, I'm a little sick this morning. Came down with some crud yesterday and didn't sleep all that great, but I got the day off, so we're out here to hunt anyway. Yeah, I don't know. So I'm walking this four-wheeler trail. Really not much of a trail here, but I get to this bog here, and I look across the bog. I'm seeing some pretty good age aspen. It's really dry right now, so we're gonna walk across there. I don't think we're gonna get wet. I'm gonna see if there's any birds over there. Yeah, nice narrow ridge of aspens. Give it a shot here. Got it. Now I'll fetch. I gotta get her some water. She's getting pretty dry. Good dog, come. Come on. Atta girl. Atta girl. Good dog. Hey, we got bird number 2 for the morning. I just spotted this little aspen ridge out here. Now come. Sit. Spotted this little aspen ridge out here, and it's pretty narrow. It's only maybe 30 yards wide. I might even be coming up to the end of it now. But hey, it's always worth checking these little spots because this is where grouse are gonna hang out. We're not on a trail. We walked a little four-wheeler trail into here, and see that deer stand back there? I'm sure that's where that four-wheeler trail leads to. It just comes out to someone's deer stand. Can't tell if anybody's actually hunted it since they did this clear cut. It's probably pretty thick and you can't see much out of it anymore, but you know, years ago, that was someone's deer stand back there, and nice little ATV trail, and just beautiful, beautiful habitat. Woods are still dry. It was 39 this morning, but I need to stop and give my dog a drink, and then we're gonna push this through a little bit further. Well, spot number 1 was a success. I think we flushed 8 birds. I got shooting at 4 of them. We got 2 of them. We're gonna just get in the truck and we're gonna drive maybe 3/4 of a mile down the road, get on another spot here. Pretty short little trail that we're gonna walk. But I gotta change boots. I'm breaking in a new pair of Irish setters, and holy moly, I may have given myself a blister already. And water up the dog, and I gotta get the jacket off because it's warming up way too fast this morning. So see you down on the next trail. Hey, there's bird number 3 for the day. We've been flushing birds in this spot every time I walk through it. So I put the dog on heel back there on the trail, and I was gonna make very certain that I got her all the way back in and that I was gonna get close up here. And this bird actually jumped out on the edge, which I guess it wouldn't have mattered anyway, but hey, sit down. We're gonna send her back in here and see if maybe there's another bird, because every time I've came through here, there's been at least 3. I think last time we might have had 5 flushes in this little spot. So let's see if we can get another bird here. All right, check this spot out. Does not look like grouse habitat, but what I'm doing is I'm walking the very edge where they left some trees standing. Right here we got a little bit of aspens and some brush, and I was up there, and that bird flushed right off this point. And I mean, I was up, I was ready, I couldn't see it, and instead of flushing out, it flushed back. And by the time I realized it, I did get shooting, but it was a ways out there. And we just ran up and made sure I didn't hit it, made sure, see if I get another flush, and never flushed the bird again, never found the bird, so might have just sailed out into the tamarack. But walking this edge, I've gotten a couple birds here now. I've only walked this spot twice, and I've picked birds off this edge both times, so We're gonna keep going another 200 yards of this maybe. Hey, bird number 4. Like I said, this is why it pays to have a good bird dog. Not only is hunting so much fun, so much more fun. I've said it before on past years' videos, like I probably wouldn't even grouse hunt if I didn't do it with dogs. I grew up in northern Minnesota. Guys do a lot of road hunting. Not that many people had ATVs when I was a kid. People had them, but people just drove around in the trucks on logging roads, hunted birds. I did a ton of that, but I was also lucky enough that my dad had bird dogs, and I just kind of fell in love with bird dog hunting. I got really obsessed with archery, bow hunting when I was in college, and I was away at college. I spent so much time in a deer stand, it was just ridiculous. I was lucky enough to kind of come up in the, I guess the glory days of Minnesota deer hunting, through those early 2000s when it was just absolutely phenomenal. I was shooting nice bucks every year, working my butt off to do it, but doing it. But as I've gotten older, I have just continued to come back to this bird hunting with a dog. But that bird got up a little too far ahead of me. It came out flush straight away. I took a shot at it, and I hit it, and it started kind of helicoptering and going like this, and I thought it was going to just drop, and it got its wings back under it, and that thing came another 60 yards down here before it crashed into this brush up here. And we just were slowly walking. I was keeping the dog, making her zigzag. She comes out with the bird, right? If you don't have a dog, you're not finding that bird. You're probably not flushing that bird to begin with, but I'm still walking the edge of this pine plantation. That is, I think that's the second flush out of this actual edge, and then I got one bird before I came into the open stuff. So 2 birds off this spot, 2 birds off our first spot. We're looking for bird number 5 here, guys. Oh, I really don't want to get wet. I'm not sure how wet this bog is, but that is some good looking stuff over there. Check it out and see if this bog is dry enough to walk across this year. Come on. That's a limit, baby. There we go. Good dog. Come on, bring it here. Bring it here. Look at that. Good dog. There's a good girl. We walked right past that bird. Right past it. And I didn't even know this was here because I've never been here before. We just came off of that aspen knob that I was talking about. Flushed one bird out there. Didn't get a shot. And I look, and look at this. That is a welcome sight for a dog. And she's down there drinking, and that bird gets up out of these little tag alders. I did not have my camera on my gun, but made a nice easy shot. And we're limbing it out. And the dog can take a swim and get a drink. I really didn't expect that. Just a young one here, but just a nice easy flush sitting on the edge of this little watering hole. We got the big mature pines behind us. We just came off a little aspen knob, walked across this bog. You'd never probably do it on a normal year or a wet year, but so dry this year that you can make it happen. This year you can cross these bogs, you can get back on these little aspen islands, and they're not very big. That one I just hit was maybe an acre. Probably not even an acre, and we flushed a bird out of it. My second bird of the morning did the same thing, walked across a little bog, flushed a bird out of it. So we're 5 birds. We got our limit, and I don't even know what time it is. I know it's not noon, maybe 11:15. And of the birds we shot today, 0 birds on trails. 0 birds on trails. One bird was really close to a trail. We put the dog on heel and we walked up into a little just off the trail where I've been flushing birds. I've walked back out to this spot 3 times, this being the 3rd. And the first 2 times we flushed coveys of birds in that spot, but you can't get shooting because it's down over off the trail. So I put the dog on heel, we walked to it, and I released the dog, and it took about 3 seconds to flush a bird straight away in that little opening. We got it. But I guess that's your tip for the weekend. So I apologize. I'm a little sick. I don't know how you can hear me, but hey, sick or not, fresh air does your body good. We're out hunting, and we're done. We're gonna head for home. Normally I'd say, hey, we're gonna go after woodcock, but that's just been pretty fruitless this year. Just have not been getting the woodcock, so we're gonna skip that. We're gonna go home. You know, our walk in, we kind of go through this dead zone where we don't really see much for birds. The brush is just not real thick under here. It's too open. But, you know, this is what Minnesota looked like 125 years ago. A lot of mature red pine, and it is pretty. I don't know if you can hear it, but that wind is cranking up, so I'm glad we're done. Not to mention it's hot. It's got to be pushing 60 right now already. October 17th, we shouldn't be dealing with 60s, but that's kind of the way the whole season's went. 11:15 was the official time that we shot bird number 5. So here we are. Got 2 mature birds and 3 juveniles, but what a spectacular morning. We didn't have frost. We had 39 though this morning. The last 3 mornings we've had heavy frost. As you can see behind us, the cover is down. Somebody just fired a shot back there, and the dog is wondering if she should go try to retrieve something. But man, October 17th, this is probably the next 2 weeks your best grouse hunting of the year, guys. So I'm gonna try to get out some, but the fact of the matter is I'm getting ready for a trip to Montana, so I've got some limited time left out here. Hopefully we're gonna be hunting again next weekend. I'm probably gonna rest Nala tomorrow. Maybe I can squeeze her out for a short hunt, but we have a family pheasant hunt that we do every single year on Saturday. So I try to keep my dog fresh for that, because my dad doesn't have dogs anymore. So it's gonna probably just be Nala on us. Yeah, so I like I said, I don't know what we're gonna get for bird hunting the rest of the year, or the rest of this weekend anyway, but we're gonna rest the dog probably tomorrow. But man, when you end up with your limit, it's pretty tough to complain about the bird hunting. So all right guys, see ya on the trail here, probably in the near future. Oh, and last thing, I don't want to sound cocky, but shot all 5 birds on the wing, all 5 birds over my dog that I trained. Right, she's a black lab. Some people say that ain't a grouse hunting breed, but Nala does pretty darn well with it. And the fact of the matter is, I trained her, I put the time into her, and it's kind of like a proud parent moment when you can go out and do things like this and get your limit of birds, all shot on the wing flying, all over your bird dog. And she's not just my bird dog, she's our family dog. She lives in the house with us. She's not a kennel dog. The kids love her. The kids pull on her and hug her and probably let them get away with stuff that they shouldn't be doing to a dog, but she's a sweet dog. She's our house dog, and she's also my hunting dog. So you can have both. You can have everything. You got to put your time into your dog when they're young. Ask for a lot of bird hunting tips, and honestly, at some point I'm going to do a video on that, but the number one thing for me is by 12 weeks old, your dog should know sit, stay, come, fetch, heel, all of it. They learn it so fast when they're young, and you get that obedience down and everything else just comes.